Now, in addition to the big game that we will get to in just a moment, there's big news surrounding some of the commercials slated to air, including 2 that are about Jesus Christ. They're a part of the He Gets Us campaign. Now, it's backed by a nonprofit group that bills itself as aiming to reintroduce people to the Jesus of the Bible. Ads like this one will air during the big game. Watch.
I'll prepare a feast and bring them together, he thought. But some refused to join him. He was heartbroken because he wanted everyone to be filled, not with food and wine, but with compassion.
But just saying the word Jesus is riling up some people on social media. One person tweeting, "Glad I'm an atheist." Others calling the ads cringe personified and are using religious freedom as an excuse to hate and discriminate.
Aloha, everyone. If you're like me, this past weekend, we watched an amazing Super Bowl with 2 incredible teams who were at the top of their games, competing for what is football's all-time trophy in the Super Bowl. A lot of things were super interesting, but especially the commercials. There were a lot of cool ones. A lot of people like the Ben Affleck one that he was working at the Dunkin' Donuts. But the commercial that probably garnered the most attention and drew both criticism as well as praise was the He Gets Us Christian commercials that were aired during yesterday's big game. And there were many responses from all different sides, including Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who decided to chime in, and she argued that Jesus wouldn't have spent $2 million or whatever it was to run a couple of Super Bowl ads that made fascism look benign. Well, the problem is that she only now wants to be interested in what Jesus said or what he didn't say. It wasn't a priority before. The question that we have to ask ourselves is, within a lot of the things that people are talking about, has God indeed spoken? Has he spoken on fascism? Has he spoken on abortion? What about race and the fact that people are different shades of color? What about violence and the way we treat one another, or genders and hatred towards other people groups? The idea is that, yes, God has spoken on all of these things. And in fact, we need to be getting our information on what God has said, not from other people or from politicians or from commercials or from TV. So many times we look to movies or social media or what friends have to say. But what we really need to do is focus on what God has said and where he has said it from. And that is contained in his word. That needs to be our priority, and it needs to be our focus. So although we'll hear a lot of clamor over the next several weeks, I'm sure, about things that people feel within religious ideas that were shared on the Super Bowl commercials or on other platforms, we need to make sure we constantly study what God has said about himself, for himself, through his word. We would encourage you to do that, and one of the ways you can do that is by checking us out at reasonsforhope.com. That's R4H.com. Check out our resources as well as the debunked videos to get any information you may need on the one and only Savior Jesus Christ and how he is expounded in his one and only word, the Bible. We love you and thank you for supporting us, and once again pray that God will bless you.